What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Yana, your Belladon, back at it again with another video. Welcome back to my channel. And y'all, I have to say, I'm not really loving 3 hours for SmackDown. Let me tell you why. Okay, so last night, SmackDown was in Portland, and if you don't know, I happen to live in Portland, so I was at SmackDown last night. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought we were gonna have so many cool moments happening just because of how Raw happened, and with there being Solo and with there being Roman, and you know, just some of the other things that happened. And so on this show, we didn't get any Solo, we didn't get any Roman, which, to be fair, I wasn't really expecting Roman because I know he's doing like a part-time schedule now, so he's only gonna hit like the super big shows with the super big builds and stuff like that. So wasn't too much expecting him, but I was at the very least expecting Solo, and we didn't get him. So, you know, basically, as far as the new bloodline, since they haven't really like broken up or anything yet, we just got Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. And like, don't get me wrong, I love seeing those two. Like, they're just absolutely incredible to watch both on TV and in person. And so it was fine. It was fine seeing them. The opening segment was great between Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes, and then, you know, KO made his appearance and everything too. That was really, really cool. But yeah, I think the show overall was okay. I did enjoy the Michin versus Chelsea Green match, but of course, I love those two. I've loved those two for years at this point now. And the fact that Chelsea is getting her just due, and she's also having some good matches underneath her belt as a title holder. And I do want to say, like, I think the MVP of the whole thing though was Piper, especially when Chelsea was making her entrance, and then you had Piper as like the Secret Service agent and everything. And Piper is so funny. Like, I don't think she gets recognized for her comedic chops enough, but yeah, just having her accompany Chelsea to the ring as Secret Service and just like protecting her from people and everything was just hilarious. So of course I really enjoyed that match. And then of course Michin doing her thing. She'll get the title eventually, but for now she's doing better in the chase as opposed to being the inaugural champion. And of course I just love me some Chelsea Green. Love that match. That was great. Los Garza versus Pretty Deadly. It was fine. It's kind of random that now Los Garza, or just Legado del Fantasma in general, is kind of being built as baby faces now. And so obviously like the crowd isn't really behind them because there hasn't really been any reason to be behind them. But Pretty Deadly, always entertaining, of course. I love just seeing their ring work, and then just kind of just seeing their promo work as well, like when they're doing segments or just anything. So it was a fine match. I mean, you know, it wasn't like a technical masterclass or anything, but it didn't need to be. It served the purpose of just being like entertaining and just going from there. So solid match. Hopefully we get more Pretty Deadly this year. It seems like that's the direction that's being shown right now, is that we are going to get more of them. And I also think that this means that we're going to get a stronger showing of Legado del Fantasma as well. And so yeah, LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Of course, we've already seen the two of them go at it a couple of times now for the United States Championship. And okay, even when LA Knight was Eli Drake in TNA, during the forbidden era of TNA, the global force, global impact, whatever you want to call it, during that era, you know, he had entertaining segments. The thing is, LA Knight / Eli Drake as a character is entertaining. His matches, not so much. I can't think of like a memorable LA Knight or Eli Drake match really that like comes to mind that I'm just like, oh my God, like, yes. So I wasn't really excited to see him wrestle, but holy shit, y'all. The Shinsuke Nakamura entrance, it's already impressive when you see it on TV and everything, but in person, it's so ominous. Like, it's so ominous. It's so just like, I don't even know how to describe it really, like aside from just ominous. But there was basically silence in the crowd, you know, like obviously the microphones and everything pick up like the closest sound, so really just like the people that's kind of like in that little area that surrounds the ring. But like people around me and kind of like in the sections next to me as well, like we were silent, we were gooped, we were gagged, we were just in awe. It's just, yeah, it's such a good entrance. And like just how Shinsuke walks to the ring is like this just super silent but deadly character, just kind of like possessed even, demonic. It's just, it's so great. Like he probably has my favorite entrance right now, and that's kind of saying a lot because there's a few people that have like my favorite entrance right now, but he kind of reigns above everyone. And he's always had good entrances obviously, but like this transformation of Shinsuke's character has just been absolutely everything. So really love that. Really love that. This video isn't intended to be like a full review of the show. I'm just kind of just talking just as things are going here. But yeah, also not related to the show at all, but there was this one guy who was like cosplaying as Stone Cold, and I swear y'all, he was trying his best to be seen. Like he would just get up and just like walk around the arena and just like, you know, his belt, he had a belt, he had the vest. I couldn't tell because I was kind of far from him. I couldn't tell if he had a ball cap on or if he was actually bald, but yeah, he was just trying to be seen. I kind of found him a little bit amusing sometimes during like the lulls of the show, or like when they were on commercial breaks and everything. So yeah, I don't know. Here's a video of it. You see what I mean? Like in this specific clip, he's not trying to do anything in particular to get noticed, but it's just the fact that he was walking around and like people were just like, oh my God, Stone Cold, and you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, I just thought that was a little humorous, and it was just kind of keeping me entertained during the show, and the points where I didn't feel as entertained. Also, I did rather enjoy the A-Town Down versus Motor City Machine Gun match. Now, I've been waiting to see the Motor City Machine Gun since probably like around, it's 2025, like 18 years. So like around 2007 when I was watching TNA heavily, and I used to see Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley all the time on there, of course. So finally seeing them in person was just such a treat, and just made like the teenage version of me so happy. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that match. I kind of feel like the people around me weren't really as invested in that match, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I loved it, so that's what mattered to me. Also, the entrance too. The entrance was great for both teams. They have captivating entrances for me, but yeah, that Motor City Machine Gun entrance is like also another one that's really good in person. So yeah, if you find yourself at a live SmackDown, you're going to enjoy it. Ooh, also the women's fatal 4-way was the match of the night. Just so many good moments, so many good near falls. Naomi getting attacked by Bianca, not on purpose, obviously, but it's kind of making, I kind of like how this is going to further into the whole Jade storyline, because we don't know if Naomi did it. We don't know if Bianca did it, but I suspect one of the two did it. And I just love the story beats going on here. I love that there are so many different contenders that could have gone for the championship, but I think Bayley winning the match was a good choice to go with, even though I still think that the feud's still going to be Nia probably up until WrestleMania, and then it's going to be Tiffany versus whoever I think is going to be her person there, which if you haven't seen my video on Tiffany Stratton's reign, just click the link up there. Click the link up there so you can go look at that video and give that a gander and see what your thoughts are as well. But yeah, I think Bayley's a solid choice. I mean, she is kind of like the gatekeeper right now of the SmackDown women's roster. So yeah, I know that her and Tiffany are going to have a great match anyway. So I'm very excited to be entertained from that standpoint. Solid match. Really good match. Loved it. Everyone did their big one in that match. And so, yeah, already one of my top matches for the year already. So, like I said, this wasn't going to be a review, but I guess I've pretty much kind of reviewed a lot of the show already. But yeah, the tag team match between Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga versus Cody and Jimmy. To be honest, it was fine. I was kind of more invested in Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu more than anything. So the fact that I got to see them in person, especially Tama Tonga after waiting so long to see him as well, just based off of his work in New Japan, and then Jacob from his work in MLW, like I'm glad I finally got to see those two in person. I've already seen Cody in person before. I've already seen Jimmy in person before, so it's like I already know what to expect. But yeah, it was a fine match. You know, the ending segment with Cody and Kevin was cool. I don't really feel like for a 3-hour show, it felt like 3 hours, like just being there in person, it felt like 3 hours. And I've gone to the 3-hour Raws like years ago, and those didn't always feel like 3 hours, but yeah, it was fine. I just don't know if 3 hours is like suitable for the talent that's on SmackDown now. And this isn't to say that the talent on SmackDown isn't talented or anything, but it's just more so like the stories that they have going on right now. I don't know if they warrant 3 hours, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's it. This was just a rambly video. It was just to kind of be like, hey, I was at SmackDown last night and this is what happened. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. And I will be seeing y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.